Hey everybody, Rob Baldwin here. Welcome to the locker room. Welcome to the LifeWise locker room. Let's see who the first person in the locker room is tonight. Sylvia Adelman. What is going on, Sister Sylvia? You're the first person in the locker room. And I know you're from Florida, so welcome, Florida. Hey, Lemon Maisie, what's going on? I know we got some Canada. Annette Johnson Lebret, welcome. Idaho's here. Linda Kelly, welcome. Christy, welcome. Joe Pappy Mac, glad to have you. There's Melinda. Welcome, Melinda. Hey, Jim. Probably Carrie sitting right beside him. Hey, Jerry, welcome. Jeanette Woodward, welcome. Probably Mike sitting by her. Hey, where's Greg? He usually calls in himself. Sylvia, you got him beat. What's up, Tim and Diane? How are y'all doing? Y'all usually dial in separately too. Hey, Tina, welcome, Dr. Tina. Robert Lance, welcome. Sherry, welcome. What's going on, sister? Glad to have you. Hey, Mark Kelly, what's going on? Lynn Baldwin, welcome. Welcome to the LifeWise locker room. Yes, West Virginia's being represented. Mass is being represented. California, Minnesota. Hey, Becca, how are you doing? Hey, Charles, Pennsylvania. I just love seeing all these people from all over the country and Canada. Yeah, this is great. Idaho's here. Mike's here. I know Mike Bell's from Tennessee. Glad to have you, Mike. Barbara, what's going on, sister? Glad to have you. D-Lynn Jackson, welcome. Well, we're going to get started in about 1 minute. Joyce, welcome. Glad to have you. No, that's some more Canada here. There's Diane. Yep. Her and Tim, they always dial in separately. Hey, Chuck, welcome. Amber, good to have you. Illinois is being represented. Let us know where you're living life wise. Shauna Rutt is living life wise in Ohio. Ginger Burns, glad to have you, Ginger. Oh, pumped up. There is Dr. Chris Clem. So glad to have you, brother. Oh, I seen some Texas and then it went up too quick. Amanda, welcome. Jerry and Janet, welcome. John and Valerie, welcome. Hey, we're going to get started, folks. Go ahead and hit that share button. Anyway, folks, tonight I am probably going to step on some toes. But just know that you're Brother Rob. And for some of you, you are greatly younger than me. And so just look at it as fatherly wisdom that a dad is trying to get through to you. If you are under, say, 38 years old, I'm old enough to be your dad. So you youngins, pay attention. In fact, I do want to make a point. I want to ask y'all a few questions tonight. And we are going to have an incredible time tonight. But you know what? Before we get started, I do want to start off here in Proverbs because true wisdom comes from the Word of God. I'm not creating it, that's for dang sure. Proverbs 16, verse 20, it says, whoever gives heed to instruction prospers, and blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. How many of you would like to be blessed and prosperous? Well, isn't there a dadgum catch? You got to be okay with instruction. So tonight, I'm going to be giving you a whole bunch of instruction. We're going to be talking about ways to get a diamond mindset. And we're going to be talking about creating success and wealth and residual income. And we're going to have a grand time tonight, folks. I'm not wearing my watch. So I'm just all about you, and whatever comes out, comes out. But I do want some of you to realize that you're going to get hit with some information that you've maybe never heard before, but sometimes this information hurts. You know, for some of you, you don't know my story. The first 7 years, I was the typical person. I got involved with my own home-based business because I needed some additional income. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I want to be very transparent about it. I did things Rob's way. How many of you are honest enough to say that you've tried to build a business your way? And it wasn't until a diamond came into my life, Dr. Larry Coney. What a great man. He and my chiropractor were my immediate upline to big cousin Mike and I, and got lots of mentorship from those two doctors. But you know what? I didn't know what they knew. I knew what Rob Alwyn knew. And at the time, Rob Alwyn was busy and broke. How many of you know somebody who's been busy and broke for lots of years? Year after year after year, you ask them how they're doing, and they start carrying on about how busy they are. And then they start talking about how expensive things are. And every time someone around me says something's expensive, I say, and sometimes I say it, I say, well, that's why we need to make a bunch of money. When people tell you that money doesn't buy you happiness, liar, liar, pants on fire. When you can remove the financial situation and have financial health. Everybody put into the comments, financial health. It is a very important component to creating health in your life. And some people are sick financially. And that anxiety and that stress and that pain from it, the lack that is in their life, drives them to the funny farm, is the leading cause of divorce. And so anyway, but let's get into a celebratory state of mind and let's celebrate our top guns. Everybody put into the comments, 4 top guns this week, 4 top guns. And so proud to, for these 4 people. You know, there was 5 spots, but there wasn't a 5th person that did the work to be a top gun. There was 4, but the 4 don't mind because they get to gobble up the 5th person who was not qualified. They get to gobble up the additional income. Ain't it great, right? So, top guns, here we go. 4 top guns in the number 4 position. This is a buddy from many years ago, and I'm so grateful to see him engaged and be building. And Dave Yunker, I'm coming up there to help you, buddy. We're going to be going up there, I believe it's May 25th. And we're going to do a Super Saturday somewhere out there near your home. Lem and Maisie are hosting this. And of course, they've got Joni Norquay and now Dave Yunker. And y'all are going to be finding a spot. Maybe the back room of a pizza parlor. Maybe the back room of a restaurant. Or maybe a barn. We've done it all. Remember those days in Canada back in the day, guys? Barns, restaurants, homes. But we're going to be doing a big Super Saturday up there, and I'm really excited about it. Big Dave, Top Gun Dave Yunker from Canada. So proud of you, brother Dave. In the number 3 position of our Top Guns, Mary Alimo. Congratulations, Mary. You are a LifeWise Top Gun. In the number 2 position, I believe this is 3 or 4 weeks in a row, Big Neil Belleville. He is crushing. He ain't playing. And number 2 in all the LifeWise again. Wow. Congratulations, Neil. But who's in number 1? Man, this is somebody I got to get to know him because her name is Alana Springer, or maybe she pronounces it Elena. But Elena or Alana Springer, congratulations. You are the number 1 Top Gun. And for those of you that don't know, our Top Guns are people that get new people to join who place orders. Okay? Order of any size. And so they are helping us to herald the message about this opportunity and a better way to do this in our home-based business arena. And they're helping us to create revenue, and that revenue is being shared. So everybody congratulate these 4 Top Guns. We're so very proud of them. Now I got some questions for you, and we're going to be talking about these tonight. So everybody, I want you to put this into the comments. How many of you have had this very important class called Success 101? How many of you have had Success 101? Do you want to know the number 1 reason why there's not more people successful, thriving, crushing life? Because no one has shared with them the keys to success. They don't know what they don't know. Like the day that I met my mentors, I did not know what I did not know, but they had a requirement from me. Now, I'm not going to force you. I'm going to highly recommend it as they did me. but I was asked this very powerful question. Number one, what was my dream? You want to be successful, you better have a very clear dream. And then I was asked this question, how important was it that I would live my dreams? I said, very, very important. And they said, well, it's contingent upon us mentoring you and sharing information that can change your life. And we're going to require you to have an open heart and an open mind. And if you can have an open heart and an open mind for 5 years, we'll mentor you. You know what, folks? I'm so glad that I said, yes, I will give you an open heart and an open mind. And so I ask each and every one of you out there, would you like to have an open heart and an open mind? The information that they shared with me, the care that they gave to me, the disciplines that they taught me, the adjustments in my thinking helped me to become a God-made millionaire by age 30. Imagine that. Busy and broke in my early 20s, mid-20s, and then all of a sudden what I had been taught, Success 101 showed up. An open heart and an open mind was ready, willing, and able to receive. My antenna was up. Is yours? Did you know that there was other people all around me when that took place? Lots of people were offered an opportunity to be mentored, but very few showed up. Are you the kind of person that really and truly you want that wisdom to come into your heart and into your life? You want that personal change. You want doors that have seemed like they have been locked and closed to be unlocked and opened. Well, it's going to be contingent upon you going on a faith walk with us. Anyway, so Success 101 would be a very important class. Here at LifeWise, we are always through the Leadership Academy, always through all of our 4 live, every single week, 4 live events to pour into you. But my next question is, have you had Wealth 101? Do you want to know why there's not more people that are wealthy? The reason there's not is because they've never had the course. They've never had the mentorship. My next question to you is, how many of you have ever had Health 101, like how to live a healthy life? Do you realize that each and every week, Dr. Tracy Gibbs pours into your life Health 101? Do you realize that the information that's being shared with you can change your health and help you to be massively successful at an epic level? Today on the news, I'll watch a little bit. I used to watch way too much, but it'll get you too negative. But I do flip on to see what's going on. And what was so cool was tonight they had a picture of a 96-year-old beautiful lady that was getting married to her World War II hero who just had turned 100 years of age. And they showed them sitting on the couch, and she rolled over and gave him a big old romantic kiss. And I thought, there's me and my bride. Why would we not be there like them, filled with energy? Both looked fit and alert and alive and thriving at a century. How many of you want that? I want that. I'm open to the mentorship that I get from Dr. Gibbs and Dr. Clem. Are you? Are you with me? I want to also share with you and ask you this question. Have you ever had Design a Successful or a Great Life 101? I mean, we all want a wonderful life. Well, have you ever taken the course, been to the seminar, read the book, been mentored? What do you know about the subject? So many people will tell you, if you say, what do you really want out of life? You know what they'll say? I just want to be happy. I get that. Deep down inside all of us, we want to be happy, but it's very hard to be happy if you are not flourishing in your health, flourishing in your mindset, accomplishing good things, living a fun life. I want a long, healthy, prosperous, significant, meaningful, desirable, beautiful life. How about you? So anyway, we talk about these things, but how many of you know the answer to this question? How many forms are there of income? Well, the answer is there are 3. Lots of variations of the 3, but there are 3 ways to make money. Number 1, and not in any particular order, but number 1 is we trade hours for dollars. Let's talk about that for a second. What a blessing having a job or a career or a profession is, that you can invest hours of your life into something where they would reward you with income. You do realize that the way that you get more and more income is to make a bigger and better contribution to the place where you work. I'm going to tell you to leave it on the field every single day. Give it everything you got. Leave there empty. Don't come to work and have this dumb mentality of, oh, don't work too hard today. That's stealing. I'm going to tell you, as someone who has been both an employee and someone who is an employer, that we should strive to honor God by being the best person on their team every single time. Every place you work, you strive to be their greatest blessing. You want to be able to have influence to build this business and build and design a great life. Have everyone around you, when they see your name, hear your name, or speak of your name, they're like, oh. You almost see it in their body language. Oh, we're talking about Tim Gauthier. Wow, now that is a man after God's own heart. That is a successful businessman. That is someone who has succeeded in his marriage. That is a man who succeeded in his church, succeeded in his community. That is a man where his family values him. He is a cornerstone. He is a rock. Someone in our industry that knows what they're doing and have created a residual income for many, 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 many years. When I hear Tim, I go, oh. When I think of Dr. Chris Clem, I immediately am like, oh, I love that brother. Your name and your reputation matters. I wish I could grab a hold of every kid before they graduate high school and say, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all of your might. Do it with all of your might. But anyway, that's the first way you earn income. You trade hours for dollars. And what a blessing to have someone see the value in you that they would want your hours. That's a big deal. I've heard people in this industry put down trading hours for dollars. And you know what? That is just wrong. And we don't do that, and we don't think that that would be wise. So at LifeWise, we expect you to represent this family well in your job, career, or profession. Okay? Are we clear on this? Give me some thumbs. Okay. All right. The next one is transactional income. A car salesman, they're on commission. And when they sell a car, they sell a motorhome, they sell a boat, they get a commission, and wow, that transaction that took place can many times give you equal to many, 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 sometimes even a week's worth of hours in one moment where you shined, where you helped someone to get something. And so transactional income, for me, the highest transactional income I'd ever seen was real estate. Help people's dream come true. Help them to get the American Canadian dream of home ownership, right? Now that's a big transaction. And that's why I've always been attracted to real estate. There is a commission if you are a realtor or a broker. If you are a home flipper, it is even bigger because you have the potential of not just earning a commission transactionally, but earning thousands of dollars, thousands and thousands of dollars from the sale of that property. Many people make a critical mistake. Everybody that not everybody. I have had many, many, many people throughout my 36 years in this industry, and they're so focused on how much money can they make when they move a product or they move a pack. They're trying to take what's meant to be residual and willable and turn it into a transactional situation. Please, whatever you do, friends in this industry, please do not get focused on how much you earn when you sell something to a person and you want that to be what it's all about, because then you will never have residual willable income, because nobody wakes up in the morning and says, hey man, I want to be a professional salesperson. They don't. It's usually a very weird road that gets you into sales. There's a lot of money to be made in sales, and it's a great profession. But most people don't wake up and say, hey, I grew up, I want to be a salesperson. No, it just kind of happened through some weird way. But listen to me. Don't try to make your home-based business transactional, okay? But anyway, it can be fabulous. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with getting that big payday from the sale of that boat or that home or that truck. That's transactional. So we've talked about trading hours for dollars, and we've talked about transactional income. The third way to make money is residual income. Residual income is when you do something once, and instead of it being a transaction, you get paid on it for the rest of your life. Back in 2000, I got involved in real estate, got my license at RE/MAX, and got recruited over to a network marketing company called Keller Williams Realty. And what was very appealing to me at the time, and I was in Amway back then, what was very appealing was they said, would you rather have your income from the transaction of the sale of a home, or that plus a little sliver of all of the efforts of all of the people that you recruit who sell homes? Do you know that I've had a quarter of a century of residual willable income from Keller Williams Realty? Quarter of a century. They never cared what else I did. That is a company of integrity. And so I've received my check every month for a quarter of a century. That's pretty cool. That is residual. One of the agents that I recruited, I want to say in 2002 or 3, has gone on to have a very successful and meaningful career. And do you realize that I haven't sold real estate as an agent since about 2008 when I went Black Diamond in Montague? But do you realize that I get a sliver off both of her and the people she's brought on and all of the other people that I brought into that industry, and I get residual income from it? That's what you want. When you are building life wise, make sure that you understand that our compensation plan has been created to create residual, willable income. The highest and best way to make money in the world. The other two are cool, but nothing beats residual, willable income. Literally, there are some of you on this call right now that will create 6, and dare I say even 7-figure a year incomes that long after I am gone and you are gone, your trust fund will direct where the income goes, because I will put that into a never revocable trust that this company will forever honor its word in writing to pay residual, willable income. Now, it's only $35 to be active, and it's only $35 purchased by a customer to be qualified. If you want to create residual willable income, make it simple. Everybody put into the comments, make it simple. I've never in 36 years seen it done more simple than you pick a product and you find a person to pick a product and get it every 28 days, and you could potentially have a 6 and or 7-figure a year residual willable income. Show me the company that's got that. And I know this, we're in the locker room, so I can be very straightforward with all of you. You know, in the locker room, I'm the coach and I'm delivering it to you straight. When another leader is doing something else where it's not that simple or not that affordable or there's not a promise that they won't terminate your income, you need to be thinking in the back of your mind, are you protecting your check? I've always said I would always do what was best for my team, and I was tested. Some years back, I was what was called a 6-star or a black diamond in most companies, a team with over 50,000 people, and I was on the board of their company, and I had it with the shenanigans of the owner and CEO of that company, and I called him out straight. And I was given an opportunity by him to keep that high income if I would shut my mouth about the problems and the challenges that were taking place on the board, or I would be locked out of my back office and lose a massive income. Bye. I'm never going to be owned by dollars. If you don't do the right thing, God's not going to honor what you're doing. Anyway, folks, those are the 3 kinds of income, and we want you to be successful in residual creation of income. Let's talk about the difference between, everybody put this in the comments, wealth creation versus fast cash creation. Wealth creation versus fast cash creation. Wealth creation is creating income through a duplicatable process that is simple. And the more that it is affordable and the more that it is clear to the common man or woman to be able to do, the higher the chances of it duplicating out and getting you to your wealth, to make you a funder. And don't ever say to me, money doesn't make you happy. Well, neither does poverty. What exactly is your point? Or are you just trying to poo-poo what I'm putting out there? Folks, my mentors had to get inside my head and get inside my heart and scrub it all up so I quit saying dumb things to myself. You better believe money's going to make you happy. You better believe what the things you can do with that money to bless other people's lives as a funder is going to make you and them very happy. When your baby needs a gallon of milk for their cereal in the morning and you got the money to buy the milk, it's going to make you happy. When your kids get out of school and they want to go to Disney World or go on a Disney cruise or go to the desert and go run around and rent a side-by-side or whatever, when you have the money, it's going to make you very happy that you get to spend it to make that memory with those kids. Listen, we want money, but we want, more importantly, all the things that money won't buy, but why can't you have them both? Right? Okay, so wealth creation. We want to create a duplicatable process that will give us a simple process, an affordable process, one that others can do that's not too difficult and not too complex, that has the propensity to get large if given the right products and culture. Fast cash. The desires of leaders that want to make a quick buck on the front end, on their mom, their dad, their brother, their sister, or their best friend by having a retail price for them and a wholesale price for themselves. And then you've got to be a salesperson to make money on your friends and family. I would rather have us have this take a little bit longer, but never have the temptation to make money on a friend or a family member. I want to have customers, but I want them to pay the same price, and I want the income that comes from the revenue of all of the products and services to be shared with you in the exact proportion of the size of your organization. Fair and square every time. A legitimate starting point for all. No one better off. Some in this industry, they want their fast cash because they have earned some influence in something and they want a special position. I have probably had somewhere between 50 and 100 conversations with leaders that would love to come to this company, but the only way they will come is if they get their Nike shoe deal. And the answer is no to the no to the no to the no. We will never break our word. A fair start for all. The same exact opportunity for them all. Red and yellow, black and white, male and female, tall and short, heavy and skinny. We all get the same opportunity at LifeWise. Yeah, but that's just the opposite of fast cash, because fast cash is, if you put me in a binary and you put me on the power leg, then all I got to do is work on my pay leg. Now everybody else has to build a power leg and a pay leg, and everyone else is screwed, but I get my fast cash because it's going to move much quicker by having me sit at the top of this thing and get something for nothing. We will never pay for something for nothing at LifeWise. Yeah, we may not get those whales to come here, but we're going to build up people that are better than whales. We're going to build up people that have got hearts of gold, and their ability will be far in excess of any of these people that has a position and fast cash over a slow, real, methodical, excellent build. Did you notice that those that have been saying they're leading you and saying they know how to build this are popping off as diamonds? Do you realize it didn't come the first week like another company I know where they sold a bunch of kits and everybody at the top and in great positions made a fortune on the backs of the people? And then they wonder why we have an industry where the average person only stays 2.7 months because they realize that their opportunity is not as good as theirs. You want fast cash? All you got to do is get a couple people of influence that speak very well. Those people that are very, very good looking, and they stand up on the stage and they say, you can do it too. But if you could see that their opportunity wasn't the opportunity they're telling you you could build, you'd cry for the wrong reasons. And yes, there are people in this industry that have done it organically. I have done it organically and did it again organically, not with the same people from the last company. For the most part, 99% of you are new to my team, but I went diamond. 99% of the people are new to my queen, but she went and did something she had never done in 20 years of being in this industry. She went diamond ambassador. Greg and Sylvia didn't bring over a team. They were wandering out in the lost, out in the wilderness, exactly like me, disgusted over some of the decisions that were taking place in a former company. They built from almost scratch and built and built, and it came. Did it come from a whole bunch of big packs on day one? No. It came from an organic, real, brick by brick build. Praise the Lord. All right. So you want wealth creation because it's duplicatable and simple and fun and filled with wisdom and surrounded in culture with prayer warriors? Or do you want the made people to make a big splash and then all of us worship them and talk about everything that they've done? Oh my gosh. We don't want that here at all. Everybody put into the comments, salesmanship versus customer care. Many people in our industry are focused on the big transaction. It's called a big pack. $1,500, $2,000, even not uncommon to have a $3,000 pack. The big sale. That's salesmanship. Those that can convince people to drop $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, phenomenal salespeople. And they will be in a very small elite group where egos usually kill them off one by one in the long-term picture while their companies fall apart in those binaries. Then there is customer care. What is customer care? They join you. They're a customer. Maybe they decide they'd like to promote and they become a partner. And one by one, they herald a message about a 6-star opportunity. They talk about a corporate team that loves the Lord, loves each other, and earns income in a position just like you, fair and square. In that 6-star opportunity, they talk about world-class products, epic timing, to be on the front end of a movement for an entire industry that, in my opinion, is mostly sick and ailing. And LifeWise shows that you want to do it wise, you want to do it right. Do you want to do it better? So anyway, folks, customer care is sharing the corporate team and their vision, the products and its excellence and its science, the timing and how epic it is to be a part of that difference. We talk about the compensation plan of creating residual willable income. We talk about our cause, tunnel to towers, how we value and love our military folks, how we value and love our first responders, and how we want to be a part of a movement to take care of people that are now widowed because they lost their loved one that died in the line of duty. And of course, to our friends in the industry, we talk about the difference. We talk about this promise. Anyway, customer care is making sure that your customers and your partners that are also still your customers understand the story. When you talk about the 6-star opportunity, are you sharing your heart? Yes, you might be flipping the chart, but are you sharing your heart? It's all about your story. What did you see in this? Why is this different? Why is this meaningful? Why are you doing it one more time? Why are you sitting down with them saying, let's do this? Whether you're promoting the products or the opportunity or both, or our culture or our leadership academy, it's got to be about the story of a life that could be better and bigger and more magnificent. A little tiny company in Hardy, Arkansas that has a vision to touch people's lives. Customer care down 7 levels for those right out of the chute. Maybe they're not interested in gaining wisdom or personal development, but 7 levels, unlimited width, dollar bills, no points, no gaming, no breakage. A person could run the gauntlet and go all the way through to crown from a leg, from a relationship. Customer care for those that see the wisdom in joining the Leadership Academy. 16 levels of revenue share, multiple levels of marketing taking place on your team, somewhere under your team, whether you did it or you didn't. You started it. You got somebody in who told someone about the 6-star opportunity. They shared the story. They shared some of their heart. They shared some hope. They brokered some hope. They turned somebody on that had been turned off for a long time about success or this industry. They passed on fire and got somebody warmed up to the idea that just maybe it could be done right. If all of the wrongs were removed, it could probably be done right, especially if the people had the wisdom to make it the Lord's business. It's God's business. And what if they stayed humble? What if they stayed one team? What if they were on message? What if they were breaking bread? What if they were getting together in coffee shops and living rooms and dens, and yes, even online? But what if they were building sticky connections, loving ones, fun ones, encouraging ones, beautiful ones? Could you imagine a bunch of people that were just simply honestly into others, got that power of 4 going, and all of a sudden those people loved on 4. Everybody, 4 that love on 4. 4 people that make a decision to go love on 4 each. Do you understand it has no way of stopping when each one is reaching 4? And the 4 go tell 4 who love on 4 forevermore. Taking pride and valuing those relationships and realizing that the person on the tightest budget can do this because they only need one product, and the most affordable product unlocks all the additional levels. Who does that? LifeWise. LifeWise does that. Anyway, the Bible says 3 things that I want to talk about here very briefly. One's going to make you mad, but the rich, for some reason, get richer, and the poor, for some reason, get poorer. I want to read something to you, and I know tonight we're going to go long, but I think you're going to get a lot out of this. So listen, I am in Matthew, and this is the parable of the bags of gold, and I want to explain to you why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and it has to do with a lot of things, and I think a lot of people need to hear this. So here we go. I am in chapter 25 of Matthew, and I am in verse 14. So here we go. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his wealth with them. To one he gave 5 bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and to another 1 bag. That right there could be a talk. Why did one get more than another? According to his ability. Oh, according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The wealthy man went on his journey. The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 bags more. So also the one with the 2 bags of gold gained 2 more. But the man who had received 1 bag went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received 5 bags of gold brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share in your master's happiness. The man with the 2 bags of gold also came. Master, he said, see, I have gained. You entrusted me with 2 bags of gold. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share in your master's happiness. Then the man who had received 1 bag of gold came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed? Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers so that when I return, I would have received it back with at least interest. So take the bag of gold from him. Take it from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have, will be taken away from them. In other words, where there was applied wisdom, where there was effort, there was a blessing. Where there was a blessing, there was expansion. Where there was doubt and fear and negativity, and the person thinking up, conjuring things, oh, well, you're just making money where you don't deserve money. In other words, they were trying to figure everything out. And they just went, nope, I'm scared of burying it in a hole. I'm not even going to try. Friends, be the one that walked in faith. Be the one that took the shot. Be the one that took the risk. Be the one that goes to work. Be the one that faithed it up. And look what the reward is. Now listen, there's exceptions to everything, I know, but listen to me. Humble, beautiful people that love the Lord, that are winning, so oftentimes you don't even know that they are winning. Did you know that the average millionaire in America is driving a pickup truck? Not a Lamborghini. Do you know who leases the Lambo? The person who's not wealthy. They're starting to make some really good money, and they might take as much as half of what they earn to have the status of the Lambo. Or they rent the beach house instead of buying the home that they could afford. It wasn't on the beach, but they want everyone to think that they're doing great, so they do what they do. Folks, listen, the Bible is very clear that when we seek after wisdom, that great things, that all these things can be added unto us. We don't run after money. We don't use people to make money. Are you with me? We help people to make money so that their dreams can be funded. And then when you've helped enough other people to get what they want, you yourself will never have to worry about lack or want. It just piles up on you. Quality decisions walked out in faith come back to you. When a person tithes, it comes back to you. You give, but yet you get so much more. Anyway, God moves when we move in faith. How many of us are trying to get successful on our own terms, doing it our own way? And it doesn't work. I tried. Ask Cousin Mike. I was always working 3 jobs. It's not about how hard you work. It's about, will you allow the Lord supernatural on your natural? Will you not walk by sight? Will you walk by faith? Will you be thick-skinned? Are you okay with no? You know what? If they can say no to Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, they can say no to your stupid life-wise. Folks, hope you understand where I'm going here. The word no sends so much fear that we bury the opportunity in the ground like the one that was given an opportunity. Are we going to be the one that says, with this kind of messaging, I can help a lot of people. With this kind of a culture, it would impact and be a blessing for my children and my grandchildren or my neighbors or the gal that cuts my hair? Or are you processing and thinking, I don't want them to waste their money? It's money back guarantee. What's the worst thing that's going to happen if you went and built a LifeWise business? You got to hang out with incredible people like Dr. Clem and his beautiful wife, Trish. You got to have a health coach like a Dr. Tracy Gibbs and his beautiful bride, Michelle. You got to be around Greg and Sylvia. You got to be inspired by the Gothiers and, oh, don't get me started with names. Listen to me. What's the worst thing that could happen to people when they're here? They got nutrition, a hug, a high five, love, and encouragement. They heard truths that they never heard before. They finally got Success 101. They finally got Wealth Creation 101. They finally understood our own economic model in America and Canada is being an entrepreneurial. Our countries were created by people that were entrepreneurs, and they've come and are coming from all over the world to live the dream by whatever is possible can happen if I'll walk in faith and take flight. Folks, it's capitalism. It's compassionate capitalism that makes things work. Compassionate capitalist. Let me teach you how to earn for you. And once I've taught you how to earn for you, you can pay it forward and help someone else to earn for themselves. And then they can pay it forward. That compassionate capitalism. That being a loving servant leader, entrepreneur, that low overhead, high opportunity situation, when done right, is incredible. I've got 13 points and we are done. And I want to talk about a diamond mindset. Since we just broke off several of them, let's talk about the mindset of a diamond. And I'll go deeper on this on another night, but I do want to share these 13 points with you. Point number 1, change your words and you will change your life. Speak life. Speak what you want. Do not speak to what you don't want. Speak to what you want. Number 2, a diamond mindset is one that is faith-filled, because you'll never get there by your own efforts. You'll never get there on your own accord. If you built a real diamond ship based on auto ships that flops every single week, Not because you bought a bunch of big packs, not because you gamed it. You can't game this one, by the way. You just can't. But anyway, you want to be faith-filled. If I do the work, I believe that God will honor the seeds I put into the soil. He will honor my 222. He will honor those samples. He will honor those conversations. And yes, more people are going to say no. Get over yourself. When you allow the hurt of a negative person to impact you, to wound you, and you're always licking your wounds and you're thinking more about what they'll say about you, or you don't want to hear no so bad that it's going to rock you to the core, you have stolen an opportunity for that person to potentially win bigger than they ever could have, potentially in their job, career, or profession. You stole that from them because you were so worried thinking you'd get a no when you just wouldn't do the work. Does the farmer stand before the soil and say there's so much work in laying down these seeds, buying these seeds, spreading these seeds, getting the tractor that cracks open the ground, praying that God will water it, or buying the well that would flood the field? Does he sit there and just count the costs? If he just stood there and counted the costs, there'd be no crops. Thank God they move forward in faith, and just sometimes it not pan out, yes, but other times it is a banner crop. Number 3, you want a diamond mindset? You've got to be servant leadership focused. Genuinely and authentically all about them. It can't be about you hitting your next rank. It just has to flop. Okay? Number 4, others focused. People that go diamond all the way through the process are others focused. They are the teamwork to make the dream work crew. Number 5, they get 4 on leadership. Diamond mindset. I don't want people to miss out on the breakthroughs that comes from the Leadership Academy. And for some of you, you haven't cracked open the first one. The only reason you did it so that it would open up those deeper levels. And all I can tell you is you're missing out. Open up your Leadership Academy and get into it so that it can get in you and come out your heart and out your mouth and out your face and allow your transformation to take place. Number 6, your attitude is either pulling people into you or running them away from you. Your attitude is either pulling people into you or running people away from you. You know those people that's got stinking thinking, critical thinking, always quick to point out every wrong thing as opposed to being good finders. Good finders. Everybody put in the comments too. Put in their good finders. Number 7, a diamond mindset requires a thankful disposition. A diamond mindset. It is mandatory that you would be in a thankful disposition. Are you thankful all the time? Are you so excited about what God is doing in your life? Are you thanking God before things are even happening for you? Are you thanking Him for becoming an executive partner? Are you thanking Him for becoming a bronze and a silver and a gold and an emerald and a diamond and a black diamond and a crown? I got news for you. I'm already thanking Him for going crown. Why wouldn't we go crown? We have the most attractive business in the world, and no one even knows we have it. I think that the reason they don't even know that we have it yet is because God is still trying to bring in His army of people that He wants to bless, and they're just not here yet. Get busy and start including more of your family and friends, because they're going to come like crazy, but they're supposed to come in underneath one of you. They're supposed to come in underneath one of your people that's not here yet. Watch what happens. All the time I have thoughts and talks with God. Is there anything else that we're missing? And last week or the week before, we talked about, look what I have done. Look at these 75, 6, 7 things that I have done to make you different and better and more advantageous and simpler and funner and cooler. But they don't know. Number 8, gratefulness. Gratefulness is attractive. Get grateful. Number 9, never be a victim. Number 9, you can't have a diamond mindset with the victim mentality. You have to have that abundance mentality. Number 10, stay focused on being a funder. When we tell you to write out 100 dreams, we hope that you're writing down the dreams of all of the things that you want to do for others. Who you're going to take on a cruise, one that we pay for. Who you're going to buy a car for. Who you're going to maybe give the down payment to buy their home. Or heck, down the road, who you're going to give homes to. I don't know. Some of you are. Number 11, be a big dreamer. Big dreamers are special. Ooh, I like being around people that dream big like Greg Adelman. Number 12, be obedient. Be obedient to what it takes to win, to design a great life, to create success. Be obedient. Are you obedient to that roadmap 222? If I wrote you a check and I said, listen, if you will do 222 every day, Monday through Friday, I'll give you weekends off. 222, Monday through Friday, and you'll agree to do it for the whole year, I'll give you $100,000. You do that, we sign a contract, we'll give you $100,000 guaranteed, but anything over $100,000, I get. Do you know that almost every person would be like, heck yeah, let's do that, but I have news for you. First off, I'm not doing it, but listen to me when I tell you, the point I'm trying to make is this. If you actually did that 5 days a week, if you actually did that 200 days, do you know what would happen to your business? Oh gosh. You would have such a big business, you'd be laying in the foundation for probably a 7-figure a year income. But it's I did 2, I did 1, I did none, 1, none, 3, none. I got all crazy. I went to an event. I did 10, and then I did none, and then I did 3, and then I did none. No, 2 conversations a day, 2 follow-ups a day, 2 samples a day. To get in enough people so that you can end up with 3 or 4 that you can work with and then drive depth in relationships. Hugs and high fives, living rooms, dens, kitchen tables, restaurants, living rooms, dens, kitchen tables, promoting the call, living rooms, tables, kitchen tables. Folks, that's what it looks like. Number 13, determination. You work as if it's up to you, but it will be God supernatural that blesses your journey. Anyway, God bless you all. Get into your back office and order your regional tickets and let corporate know who you're bringing to come meet the family, because the family's rolling into town. We're rolling into town to help you along your journey, to help you catch a vision, to help you build a big business, to help you become a funder, for you to get your breakthrough. Because those that show up, go up. And we want every single one of you to go up and reach the stars and hit the dreams that you've always been thinking about. Anyway, good night, folks. Love y'all. God bless y'all. Rob Alma signing off from Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas. Good night.